Good morning, everyone. I'm coming to you live from the amazing nursery of Matze at Carnivores here in Germany. And today we're going to be teaching you how to pot and divide Venus Flytraps. Matze is an absolute master. He's been growing these things for 30 years. So I think he knows a little bit more about it than I do. Here's an exciting specimen of, what is this one, Matze?
That's just a seed-grown flytrap. So.
Nice seed-grown, no-name flytrap. It's super long. Look at it by hand, so this guy obviously knows what he's doing. So let's take it over to the potting table and show you how to split it up.
Hello from my side again. This is Matze here at Carnivores Nursery in Ludwigsburg, Germany. And Henry told you about repotting this flytrap, and now we want to go to the table here to make action. And first we take it out of the pot, and we can see here, if we remove the soil a little bit, there's a big rhizome inside the soil already. And it's in this pot for 3 or 4 years, I guess. So it's time to make it fresh, and by chance we can divide it as well. And you see we lose a very loose mix of soil, but I will talk more about the soil later. First we remove all the old soil, clean the rhizomes a little bit up, that we can separate the plants easily here. And then if we have, so here we can see it very good. This here in the front, this is the grow point, so it grows into this direction, and here at the end the leaves are gonna die. And this we can clean out a little bit, and later we can use the end part for propagation, and we can make a lot of single plants out of just one of these plants here. Yeah, and first we clean everything. Maybe we should do a time lapse here.
Yeah,
Otherwise it takes too long.
Yeah, people don't realize how much time goes into growing these plants.
Yeah.
So you can imagine with that many fly traps, just how many hours are on each table there. You know roughly how many pots you have on each table?
Well, it depends on the pot size, but for sales plants we have these 9 centimeter pots. I think it's like 1,600 pots on one table.
Cheapers.
And for the mother plants we have the 13 centimeter size, and then it's, I think, like 800 pots on one table. Something around that, yeah.
So now we got a nice pile of separated fly traps.
Yeah.
So how many, did you start with one plant in there, or
We
communal?
Well, I like it when just one plant is growing inside a pot, but the plants always divide by themselves. And then they get full and messy, and I don't like that. So actually I prefer it clean. That's why I want just one plant. But yeah, if they grow there for a few years, they divide by itself. And yeah. So, but here we got a lot of single plants out of just one pot. We clean a little bit here. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have a few big ones, a few small ones, and then maybe I can show it here. Here we have one grow point, second grow point. Here's the third one, a very small one. We can divide it, it's not necessary to, but it's, yeah, it's going very easy. It's better with a knife. We can also break it, but with a knife it's sometimes easier. But here it's easy to break. You see when you try to separate them a little bit, and then they break very easy. And that's how we can propagate. And yeah, and now I show you a trick to make a much better propagation. So this is a big rhizome here. Here's the grow point in the front. Here's where the new leaves and traps develops, and this in the end is dying slowly. And now we can make a good cut here, separate it. Now we have a great plant with a big rhizome, and the end part we can use for propagation. And we just put this in a pot as well, and it will came out with like 3, 4, 5 new grow points, and then we can make a very good propagation of the fly traps here. And this we can separate here first. So from all bigger rhizomes we can cut the end, very simple, and put them in a propagation pot. And you don't have to be afraid to get very hard to them, or you can't destroy anything. Even if a leaf breaks or something, it doesn't matter.
So they're quite tough.
Yeah, plants are very tough, and so you see I goes there very hard. So okay, here is very good to see again. So rhizome is moving into this direction, and normally when they are in the pot they go a little bit down, so they go more and more into the soil and growing in one direction, and now we just cut it here. Also, when there are no roots in the front, it doesn't matter, you can just put it in the pot and keep it very wet, and the plant will develop new roots. So now we got out a lot of rhizomes here. And now we will bring them back into the pot. Let's take these smaller pots. But let's talk about the soil first. So this is the soil we use normally for fly traps. It's a very loose mix and contains 3 different parts. One part is peat, one part is perlite. These are the white things here. It makes it very loose, and a very loose mix is always good for rooting, and plants can develop very nice roots. And then we have a little bit of sand inside, quartz sand, and this is very important for coloration later, because it contains some minerals in the sand, and this is important for the color of the plants later. So you get a nice red coloration later, and that's why I always put sand in every mix, and it helps for nice coloration. Then we fill up the pot, and now it's important that you not press it very hard and compact inside a pot, so we just knock it, that the soil goes down by itself. Then fill up again a little bit, knock it again. So, and now we have a filled pot. And the other thing is, when we knock it, it gets a little bit compact, but not too much, just by itself. And later the soil won't go down anymore, so it will almost stand like this, because I don't like it when the pot are getting empty and the soil gets lower and lower, and then 1-2 centimeters are missing. That's why I always take care that the pot is filled up to the top. And this is where we can put a plant inside now. So with fly traps it's very simple. We just make a hole inside, and then we use also a fertilizer for the start. This is called Osmocote, and this contains a few nutritions for 6 months. You can get it with different how to say, for
formulations.
Yeah, formulations for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. So this is for 6 months. And with fertilizer you have to be very, very careful, and just take 1-2 balls maximum for a pot. So I take 2 balls now, put them here inside the hole, and now I take the plant and press it in the hole again. Take the roots down, of course, and then place it a little bit deep, press it gentle, and that's it. Plant is in the pot. And this we do with all the others now too. Make the hole, put 2 balls of the fertilizer inside, take the plant, put it down.
So I don't mind you pressing their roots a little bit.
Yeah, doesn't matter. It's no problem for the plant. Also, when they have no roots, they will create new roots, and important is just that you keep the pot very wet later. So that's it. It can happen that old leaves will die now, especially now it's summertime here. It's very hot in the greenhouse, and it's not the best time for dividing. So it can happen because of the heat that the old leaves will die now, but it's no problem because new leaves will come up, and it has a big rhizome, and yeah, new leaves will come up, and then it will be a very, very nice plant. Best time for repotting is actually in winter time. So Maybe in South Africa it's different, but here winter time is November to March. This is actually the best time for repotting and dividing your fly traps. Now in summer is always, sometimes they're struggling a bit with the heat, but they will recover, it's no problem. And now in the end it's very important that we keep it wet, and now I have to touch behind you. Here's my water sprayer. I spray a little bit water on the top. This helps to soak the water later, because now we will put it in a tray with water, and then the water will soak up and keep it wet. And when we put some water on the top, it's much easier to soak the water then. And one thing more maybe with all the rhizomes that we have here. Actually we're doing the same. We take the pot, fill it up. You can also fill it just to 2/3, that's no problem too. We make a few Osmocote balls inside, and now we can place it here a little bit and then fill it up again. So it's more easy to see where you place them. And it's not necessary to keep an eye on the roots. It doesn't matter how you act with them. And for fly traps, they're very strong and tough plants. So fill it up now. Knock it a little bit. Spray it. And that's our propagation pot now. And in a few weeks, it takes about 3-4 weeks, the first leaves will come out here, and on every single rhizome like 3, 4, 5 plants will popping up, and then you have a pot full of fly traps later. Very cool.
Yeah, so there you go guys. So we have some nice, very cute little potted fly traps. So you see how that one pot turned into 3 in the division. We still have all these to pot up. Matze, thank you very much for showing everyone.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it and have no trouble anymore to repot and propagate your fly traps. And as you see, it's super easy to do.
So yeah, good luck with your army of fly traps guys, because you will most certainly have one after this. Till next time, happy growing.